Daniel and Gian's current event segment.
Our first ever current event segment. So that's some shit that's going on. Okay, first and foremost, let's get the knock the politics out of the way. There was a big attack in Russia on I think it was a subway or something.
Oh yeah, I heard about
something
that.
happened. How do you feel about that? Let me preface it differently. I'm going to say it this way.
St. Petersburg.
Here's the thing about the attack in St. Petersburg. If Putin does what I think he's going to do, it's the reason why all these like ultra fucking right wing neocons love him and would love like the
Why?
thing.
Because he's old school, quote unquote.
Because he'll go out and he might just fucking slaughter a village.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
quote unquote old school.
Right. And like I feel like that's why he's such a hero to these people. Like here, not realizing that goes against everything America stands for. Like we don't do
A
that.
village being an ISIS village.
Yeah, something.
Was
like,
this an ISIS attack?
Well, they still once they find out who did it, and they will find out who fucking did it because they'll be cutting people's dicks off until somebody fucking says, "Don't cut my dick off."
Well, that's the Russian way.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be like complete authoritarian and bullshit. Like straight up, like I wouldn't want a leader like that here. But that's the kind of stuff you hear from. We need someone like Putin.
No, I've heard that before.
Putin.
I've heard people like that on my Facebook say that who
Yeah.
are in my bubble.
Yeah, that's insane.
Where it's like, say all you want about Putin, but at least he gets stuff done. And it's like, well, I don't know if I want that style of getting things
Absolutely
done
not. No,
to like translate to America. Oh, you don't like me? Well, let me just kill you and your family.
Yeah. No, definitely. And people don't fucking think about that part. Like you don't want that here. It's never been done here. Why would we want to start that now? That's what makes us different. We can say every other country in the world can't say that they didn't have some sort of a dictator like that or some sort of leader that did crazy, fucked up, violent shit like that. We've never experienced that. Why would we want to do that now? We're supposed to be advanced. I don't know. That's my thoughts on.
Because I feel like as far, how do I say this? The more we progress forward as a nation, there's people who are against that progressive agenda and they want to revert back to like it was, quote unquote.
Right, dude. Go to Facebook, and then on the right, there's that whole like whatever's trending.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Okay, next thing. Or unless you have another thought.
No, I don't.
Next thing. I sent you the thing on Instagram. So some fucking, to quote once again, Prodigy, some ain't shit comedian posted a picture of the New Day's Bootios cereal box and called them coons and said this is super racist as shit.
What's confusing to me is why this. Bring up the image and I'll put it on the video. But it's like at a department store. So why was it there?
They sell it at FYE.
Oh, that was a FYE.
That's probably
picture?
FYE. I'm
oh,
assuming
okay.
it's FYE. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They sell them at FYE. That's why I got my nephew a box of them for Christmas.
It's an actual cereal.
It's an actual cereal. It's like fucking. It's
Does it taste good?
it's like Lucky Charms. It's just super sugary shit.
Oh, that's good.
But the guy, like, he was like the pictures, like these are like fucking stereotypical, like just
They look
depictions.
like they could go on not the Cosby Show.
Fat Albert.
Fat Albert. They look like that. So
Yeah.
like over exaggerated physical features and stuff like
I
that.
don't see the image.
But isn't one of the artists one of the people in the group? Like, isn't it something like that?
All three of them are in the group.
Well, no, I'm saying
the
like
guy that
didn't they
drew it?
draw them?
Maybe I'm not sure about that, but their whole like angle, their gimmick in WWE is like the super positivity thing. Kids love them. My nephew, that's like his favorite tag team group. Kids love them. They're very popular. I guess they broke the longest tag team championship streak in 20 years. Like they're over with the crowd, and they're like the guy that Xavier Woods, the guy that plays the trumpet, actually went on the dude's Twitter and like fucking basically he didn't even call names or something. He was just like, you know what, you really don't know what you're talking about. I'm wondering if you're doing this just to get more Instagram likes. Congratulations, you did. But he said a bunch of stuff like that, and he told them like they've been trying to break the stereotype of black professional wrestlers that has been going on forever.
And they have.
And they're and not only that, they're not doing it just for black kids and they're doing it for all kids.
For kids.
Yeah, just for kids in general. Like and the guy's, I guess he's a big gamer, so he's got a YouTube channel that's all video game dedicated.
See, what's weird to me about that is you want to make themselves be representative as black, right? So you have to like exaggerate physical features that are like specific towards a group, right? But by doing so, you create people like this who
Right.
think it's like being offensive and stuff. But at the same time, I bet you if they didn't go that far and they kind of made them universal in terms of like their features and stuff, people would say that they didn't go far enough, that they're not doing enough they're whitewashing so it's
Right.
kind of like this weird
You
thing.
can't win.
No.
You can't win.
And at the end of the day, I think it's more about intent than anything else.
Right.
Like, if you're doing this because it's the 1900s and you need to make some, like, Pickaninny Freeze ice cream where you have a black baby on there that looks like no baby ever, but it's there to promote racism.
Right.
That's one thing. But you're doing it to produce positivity, and it's just a cartoon representations of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what maybe because the name's called Bootios,
Right.
but it's a joke. It's kind of
It was
goes
a
with their
joke,
whole
and
thing.
if you don't watch, I mean, it's just if you're not part of the circle, then
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
weird.
comment on it because you don't know what it means.
Did you watch WrestleMania?
I did not.
Okay, so there was a women's match, and I don't know her name. Carlos, you probably do. A black chick.
Sasha Banks.
Is she
Yeah,
black?
she's like she has bling. Like
She's like super ghettoed out. Like she comes out, she starts
She have
twerking
red
and
hair?
stuff.
No, maybe that's not her.
I don't know if she
That's
has
not
red
Sasha
hair.
Banks.
But anyway, she's like completely represented. Like you could,
What's her name?
if she were on a World Star Hip Hop
Like
video,
that's the stereotypical
that's the stuff
character.
that's coonery that like I would have a problem with.
Right.
Like her move is like she hits you with her big ass.
Oh, that's what's her name from? She used to be with the Usos. What's her name? Naomi.
Oh, so she's not even black.
She's black.
Oh.
But I'm just saying though, like to me, that's something where it's like really you have to
Right.
embrace that. But it's because it's such a different time. Like when you think about old school wrestling
Yeah.
with like The Godfather and stuff, like that also represents some like stereotypical
Absolutely.
shit. But it's not the same.
Fucking loved it.
So did I. D'Lo Brown, like all those freaking people. But it was just a different time.
That's her.
It was just I don't know. It's just
Sure.
weird. Like, I feel like a lot of people are.
No, I get it. They're trying to, and these guys are trying to move past that. But speaking of WrestleMania, I didn't watch it, but I did hear the results. And what the fuck is Vince McMahon thinking, putting Roman Reigns over the Taker on his last fucking match ever? Like, no, does he not listen?
Spoiler.
Does he not listen to the fucking audience? I don't know one person
been
that
like
likes
3
Roman
years.
Reigns.
3
Okay,
years
so
they're trying to put
He
him over.
fucking sucks.
So I watched it yesterday. I downloaded it and watched it, and I didn't talk about it with Carlos in the car over here because I knew he didn't watch it. But now he knows the results.
Oh,
Dude,
I
it
didn't
was
know. My bad.
It was-
I predicted
it was
Roman went over.
so like I felt so unfulfilled. Like I felt very like I wasn't even there. I'm watching an old event basically now
Right.
at this point, and I felt like if I spent hundreds of dollars to go to WrestleMania and I had a good time so far, but you're gonna leave me on such a sour note like that.
You'd have been hot.
Oh, dude, because it's a 5-hour event. That's how long the
that main
pay-per-view
event?
was. Yeah, that was the main event. So the whole angle that they went for is like Undertaker was fucking. He like was dominating the first part of the match, right? And then Roman Reigns comes back and he just starts nailing him with the super fists and his spears and shit. He had to do like 80 of them, right? Because he had to kill the beast. Like that's the whole angle.
Right.
Is like he
So,
had to kill.
Quick side note: I did not know that his new finishing move started with him
cocking it like a gun.
Like, I saw
and then
that.
He, and he puts
punches
it in
the
the ground.
ground.
He punches it in the ground like a Dragon Ball Z character. He goes,
And then he punched.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
This has always been his move.
Jesus, has it always?
After the Shield.
You
broke
know
up.
when he was that the last time I'm so out of the wrestling loop. Like the Shield was the last thing I watched, and it's fucked up. Yeah, that's so bad. It is so bad.
He slammed him on a chair, choke slam.
he fucking yeah. So
How did he?
Undertaker finished him. He tombstoned him, and it's still like that's the whole thing. Like I said, the whole angle of the match was Roman Reigns had to kill the Undertaker, and he just fucking demolished him by doing all this crap, right? And then he finally pins him, and you don't think that he's gonna lose, and then he does lose, and you're like, what the hell?
Right.
And then when he loses, Taker's just laying out on the
Did they hug?
on the map. No. He's laying out on the mat. Like I said, the whole angle is you're supposed to think he's dead.
He
And
doesn't.
so after Roman Reigns leaves, he's still laying in the middle of the ring, like not breathing
Right.
and shit. And then he like does his sitting up thing, and it's supposed to symbolize like that you can't kill him or whatever.
He takes
and
off
then he
his
takes
cloak,
all his
his
clothes,
hat, his
everything off, and
gloves.
leaves it in the middle of the ring and leaves. But to me, why not have him fucking win, leave everybody happy, but it's like by having Roman win, you're not going to make him any more popular because
No.
now he's going to have the stigma of like being the guy who beat Undertaker for fucking some stupid ass reasons.
I mean, I didn't watch the match, so was it a good match?
No.
Okay. And that's fucked up because I heard otherwise it was a pretty strong card.
There was a lot. I was like, fuck, this is
Dude,
still
yeah.
on. And I didn't even watch like the
Goldberg, Lesnar.
undercard stuff. Like there was like 5 matches before the actual event started.
Right.
But from what I saw, it was cool.
Seth Rollins and Triple H. Oh shit.
One
I
second.
didn't even know any of these matches.
Yeah, no, there's some good matches. I mean, and you know what? Seth Rollins is the future of the company. So why not push
He doesn't
him?
get hurt again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's
fucking
his
crazy.
injury. His injuries are his issue. But it's like nice meeting you, man. It's like, why not listen to the fans? The fans are what makes us.
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose over Roman Reigns is like fucking.
Yeah, everybody likes those guys more. You know, they have their own angles, and I feel like you got to listen to the pop, man. If you're not getting pop from they need to make him turn heel. I don't know if he's like against turning heel. Maybe if he was a bad guy, because that's what when The Rock first came out, people booed the shit out of him. He was a face. They booed the fuck out of him, and then one day they said, you know what, we're gonna put him in the Nation of Domination, and that kind of turned it around. And then The Rock now, for a guy whose career is only like
Fast 8.
yeah. The Rock is the biggest, Stone Cold started the Attitude Era, and fucking The Rock elevated it to another level. Our co-host fucking dipped again. So now it's
Now I have to talk
Gian and Carlos talk.
about. Well, I haven't watched wrestling in like a year. Like I went away. Like now they have so many titles. I don't know anything. But like back then, everyone was saying it was Vince. Like Vince wants Roman Reigns, and he really wants him, and no, the crowd doesn't want him. It's all Vince.
I mean, I get it. Like, he's
attractive.
He's a good-looking guy. He's got like the body. Like, he's got a good body. He
has a shitty character.
There's a bulletproof vest.
Well, I mean, part of the character is he can't talk. He doesn't have he has no mic skills.
Okay, but then he should have been a beast character. Because the other day or yesterday or whenever I made an Aquaman joke, like he should have been Aquaman.
Right.
But in all seriousness, it made me think, okay, if he played like a Khal Drogo type character, even just the point is like ripping off the Game of Thrones world where he's just like this beast.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to play the fucking that's the old school Samoan character.
But
like,
I'm just
they barely
saying
talk,
though,
they just make sounds and grunts.
But if he was that character,
God.
you're gonna tell me you wouldn't like him a little more if he was a little more edgier and rough.
It's because when he was in the Shield, he didn't talk at all. He just
I don't know what the
yelled.
Shield is.
He just yelled like.
that was like
thing.
the young guy group, and I thought those three guys
It came from NXT. Like,
yeah,
when it
I
first
thought
started.
those three guys are Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and him, and I thought those three guys were going to become
The other two are
next
good.
stars. I love Seth Rollins.
Dude,
he's like
he's
one of the
crazy.
only new wrestlers that I'm like all
His
about.
style, him and AJ Styles.
He's great in the fucking ring. He's got that. He just looks like
He has a
bad
persona.
guy. Yeah,
He can talk.
He's got charisma, man. And
Dean Ambrose
that match with him and Triple H was good.
well, he's a good worker, dude.
Triple H is fucking
he's
roided
a
out,
great-
man.
Oh, absolutely,
Dude, when I saw Triple H and he just fucking took his shit off and he was just shredded, I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's HGH.
I wonder how-
As
I wonder
they don't
how-
test him.
I wonder if
Well, he's the one that tests people.
like he has a small dick from all the.
No, he's got tiny balls.
Oh, okay.
He got tiny balls.
He rode in an ATV or
He rode in on a motorcycle
I don't get that.
with
Stephanie,
Stephanie in the
like
back
this
in the bitch seat.
That's funny. Fucking Stephanie. But Carlos, did you bring up that Facebook feed thing?
Yeah, we got first one, Joaquin Castro.
You know, this is
Predictions.
all gonna be like marketed towards Carlos's like whatever his.
Is it really?
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
I have Ivy League as my top one.
I don't even know what that is.
Some dude got accepted into 8 Ivy League schools.
It looks like Amazon's getting Thursday Night Football streaming deal. That's pretty big.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let's see.
Thursday Night Football is going to be streaming on Amazon.
There's that must be
That-
I can't
They
talk
have
today.
10 NFL Thursday night games for the upcoming season.
I was gonna
That-
say that just goes to show you how much Thursday Night Football sucks. Because didn't they stream it on like Twitter and shit last year?
50 million.
Well,
that's
they
how
had it
much
on
worth.
NFL Network. That was a problem. Thursday Night Football is like all the shitty games.
Right, that no one just
Yeah.
whatever.
I watch them because of gambling.
Because
But-
it's football, right?
Bills,
Yeah.
Jaguars. Bills.
I wonder how that's gonna work out. You're gonna have to have Prime or what's the?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's along with Prime.
But
I just lost HBO thanks to Carlos, so I don't.
I wasn't using it. I didn't know he had my account.
Well, you gave it to
Your
me.
ghost account.
No,
all right. Well, what's next? Do we have anything else?
Uh,
Give me something interesting, Carlos.
North Korea fires another ballistic missile.
dude, that shit scares me.
South Korea says that's what.
That shit still fucking scares me.
I'm like, man, like they're trying to bait us into something. Like, why are they trying to bait us though? And who's got their back? Is China a fucking ally with them?
But see, I think as soon as North Korea does something, like if they launch it, because at any point they could realistically launch it, they could blow up South Korea, like whatever, stall or anything if they wanted to.
Right.
Because their missiles can't necessarily reach us. They have the capabilities, but they just can't yet.
Right.
But they could theoretically blow up Seoul. And if they do that, we're going to war, obviously. I don't know. It's just fucking scary because it's like, what do? You don't want to really kill anyone. You don't really want anyone to die, or at least me. Like, I'd rather them play nice. You know what I mean? If you
definitely.
If you could choose, but that's not going to happen. So, like, what do? Do you go in there and fucking take out the whole government? Realistically, like what could you do?
What is the benefit? See, what is the benefit of taking out North Korea? They have nothing. That's like, so I don't know what they're trying to do.
See, what I don't
understand.
understand.
We don't care about North Korea.
If they have nothing, then how the fuck are they developing their weapons? So they must be getting exactly.
They get stuff from China. Somebody's helping them out.
So that's fucked up. So
look up who North Korea's ally is.
It's China. It is China. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some backdoor Russian shit going on. Or
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or some sort of Eastern European nations like helping out South Korea.
It has to be Russia.
China and Russia.
Yeah, because it's like, well, but my thing is, what the fuck do those nations get by helping out North Korea? Like, what does North Korea have? What do they even export?
I feel like nothing. They have nothing to export. I feel like Russia is like desperate
for friends.
Well, they want us. For some reason, I think this is me not knowing shit about politics or the government or whatever. I think Putin is a madman, and he's like, for whatever reason,
he is now for sure.
He's trying to
even more than ever.
He's trying to provoke the U.S. into I don't know why he'd want us to go to. In theory, we have more weapons than any other country. We have not just a little bit more weapons. We have exponentially more weapons than any country in the fucking world. Why would you want us to blow you off the face of the fucking
Well, they would
map?
blow us up too.
Yeah, but why? What do you gain out of that?
No, that's the thing. It's all about threat now.
Yeah,
but see, the thing is I feel like North Korea is crazy enough to because they have nothing to lose.
No, they got nothing to lose. No.
But then it's like, but see, that's and their people are so
I don't know
brainwashed
that
they can't rise up against them either.
Well, they're scared because every time somebody says anything, they get
That's what
whacked.
I'm saying. So it's like you. So what do? You leave them alone? But you can't. If we have been leaving them alone, and obviously it's been okay. But if they continue to get backdoor support, whatever,
I don't know.
Then how the fuck they're not going to die
Something's
off.
going to happen where there's like a black ops mission that gets sent in, and fucking
We
Kim
need to send
Jong-un.
The interview.
Yeah, we need to send Seth Rogen and James Franco.
He's going to get fucking whacked, and I don't know, man. But
we should take out the whole thing.
One more thing. Give me some entertainment news.
Heath Ledger movie about his life.
Don't give a shit about that. Next.
I have articles saved. Fuck, they're on my phone though. I need to. Yeah, but anyway, no. What I was gonna say is we need to take out Kim and the whole family,
right,
and throw Trump over there.
Kendall Jenner.
And he can run his little nation. We'll leave him alone, and we can, just leave him alone. Then he can have his country to run, and he can make the people cry when Trump takes a shit and whatever. Or no, wait, the supreme leader doesn't shit. I think that's one of the things. They don't shit. Oh. That's a thing. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Tony Romo's retiring.
No, and he's going to go to sport commentary.
Broadcasting.
I feel like that's kind of like he got Jerry Jones didn't want to trade him or release him. Or
he's getting released.
No, he's retiring. That's different.
No, he's getting released, and then he's going into retirement. That's the official statement. The Cowboys are releasing him, and he's going to retire.
Verify that, Carlos.
Tony Romo's leaving football and going into broadcasting.
They're releasing him.
With Dallas planning to release him today.
Okay. Well, I don't count him out. Don't count him out to not come back and join a team before the season starts. That's all I'm saying.
Football starts when?
Preseason doesn't start until August.
So there's plenty of time.
There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
We have not seen the last of. That's what I'm calling.
Aaron's a sad boy today. That's his boy. Tony Romo's his boy. I know that because anytime the Cowboys were about to go to the playoffs or anything, and then he'd blow it for them, I would just send memes of oh look, Tony Romo intercepted. The intercepted memes are my favorite for Tony Romo.
I like the Inception one. Interception, where it was the Inception poster. That was the best.
I haven't seen that one, but that sounds funny. That's it. No more interesting topics. Good job. Sweet.
No, I think that's enough. We got 10, 15 minutes out of it. So
20.
I just wanted to
Try something out. Spice it up.
We could.
Right?
It
What?
was very spicy.
Okay then. All right. Well, that's that.
Okay. Well, and dngtalk.com. I don't know where in the segment in the episode it's going to get put, but
At the end.
at the end, dngtalk.com.
Bye.
Bye.